Hello, welcome to the Real Vinny B's. Guys, we have 57 days left. Well, I have 57 days left before starting my trip up to Sturgis bike rally. And I'm just reading through the news, and I know that many people in Sturgis, residents, really don't want the rally to go on. But just reading through the news, U.S. News and World Report, the news article is June 7th at 1:20 p.m. They say that there was a survey done. Most in Sturgis want rally delayed due to COVID-19. Guys, I don't think you can delay something this size. I mean, if you say, hey, we're going to delay it, I don't think people are going to change their dates enough to make that work. I could be wrong, but I can tell you from my own experience, I can't change my dates, so I'm going to be going up anyway. Now, they said 60% there. Let's see. One day ago, according to the news center, I don't know whose news center this is. It says, this is June 7th, that Sturgis City Council is facing difficult motorcycle rally decision. Says that the council members have met with a whole bunch of groups. Lots of people have said that, yeah, we're going to have issues. There are groups including the law enforcement and the Department of Tourism, just to name some of them, and all of them had input to this. What they figured out on June 7th was nobody has a crystal ball. They don't know. I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows how this is going to play out. Is a motorcycle rally someplace that we're prone to get a disease such as COVID-19? They don't have a whole lot of information on it. All I know is I'm watching the news nowadays, and I'm seeing thousands of people gathering in downtown New York City and LA, and they seem to be fine, and they're doing that for days at a time. So why would we cancel a motorcycle rally where the vast majority of us are going to sleep in a tent and we'll eat in restaurants or outside venues and ride motorcycles? Most of us are going to be on the road during the day, riding at 30, 40, 50 miles an hour through the hills of South Dakota. So it doesn't make any sense to me. But now this particular news article says that the final decision will be rendered by the council on June 15th. Even though it does go on to say that the council really has no authority over tourism and therefore cannot stop anyone from entering the state. Well, that's cool. Are they going to call out the National Guard? That just don't make any sense to me either. Not something I'm going to worry about. I'm going to be traveling through 5-6 different states. Am I going to be stopped and asked for papers for every state line I go across? I think that's against the law, so I'm not going to worry about that stuff. The one article said that a lot of the campgrounds have said they're going to be open. Doesn't matter what the city council says. I guess they're outside the city limits, so there is a large group of people that's where they're going to go. They're going to go to Pappy Hole. They're going to go to the Buffalo Chip, and they're going to have fun there and still ride the roads in the Black Hills. Just won't go into Sturgis, I guess. Missing out in Sturgis. So there are some other articles. 20 hours ago, KOTA TV, Territory TV, says that people have been cooped up for months, 3 months now. They want to enjoy their freedom again. And I'm one of those. Man, I want to get on the road. I just want to go enjoy myself on the road, see the hills, and ride back. I would like to have the venues open. I'd like to have maybe even a bar or two open, but especially the campgrounds. Being that I'm one of those that are probably going to ride in, I'm going to have a small tent and probably be able to pitch it anywhere anyways. So I'm hoping that it'll be okay. Now this particular article to me is sort of funny because it says in here, it's quoting a local nurse who says there's not enough medical beds in there. So I'm curious, what does she expect? People are going to ride into Sturgis healthy, and then in the 1 or 2 days, 3 days that they're there, oh boom, now all of a sudden they're sick and they're going to be taking up medical beds. I don't think it works that way. I think that it takes 7 or 14 days to even come down with symptoms of it. So if I leave here healthy, chances are pretty good I'm going to be able to ride all the way up there and ride all the way back before I ever present any kind of symptoms. So I'm not sure what the nurse is completely worried about. She talks about how in many rallies in the past they've run out of ICU beds. Well, that's true. Probably so. There are motorcyclists out there that have wrecks and stuff. So this probably isn't going to help the issues there. But that's an ongoing thing. That's not something that has happened just because of COVID-19. So again, it goes on to say the city council is going to make an official decision on the 15th. It goes on into other news. Goes into the events, and it talks about in May 29th that they're just moving forward as planned, and that's the way it should be, I think. If you look at the pictures of the motorcyclists running up and down the highways in Sturgis, it's not like we have to worry about social distancing. We already have social distancing going on. So I'm not sure why they're too worried about that. It says no Sturgis rally venue has postponed or canceled for this event. There's all the concerts still going on. They're still doing all of the venues. Some of the organizations that have made public statements: Buffalo Chip, Glencoe Camp Resort, they're going to move on as planned. Pappy Hole Campground moving forward as planned. It says the city of Sturgis is moving forward as planned, and there's no caveat or anything in there, so I guess we'll see more about that on June 15th. So I'm looking forward to that announcement. Then it says city of Sturgis only controls what happens in Sturgis city limits, and a lot of these activities don't happen in the Sturgis city limits. So it'll have to depend on a lot of the other little towns and areas around Sturgis. Are they going to close down too? Now, according to everything I've read so far, the major campgrounds are going to be open. And from my understanding, I've never stayed at any of those large campgrounds, but my understanding is you could ride in there, and you don't have to go anywhere at all. You could have a good time while in there, and then ride the scenic areas during the day, or however you choose to do that. So for Vinny B, I am still planning on going, and we got less than 60 days, or I have less than 60 days to get everything lined out. I've still got to do a 15,000 mile service on my bike. I'll get that done probably middle to late July, if I can get in. Hopefully I'll be able to get in and get that taken care of. And I've still got to buy a cot. I think I'm going to try to use a cot this year inside my tent instead of just laying on the ground. I'm getting old, so I'm still looking forward to going. So guys, that's the news that I have read. If you've got any other news, please would you post it down at the bottom here. And if you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe or share them. I really would like to have you share them and let other people know that I'm out there. So I appreciate everybody, and until next time, Vinny B is out.